Hi, I'm Brett Dreyer.
And I'm Hunter Schubert.
And this is Movie Reviews Fast.
Hope you enjoy.
I don't know about you guys, but I hate watching Adam Sandler movies, except for Happy Gilmore and Uncut Gems, but those are kind of exceptions. Something about how he always plays A, a childish character, B, an unlikable character, or C, both at the same time, kind of rubs me the wrong way. However, I still gave this movie a try, and lo and behold, Adam Sandler was playing an unlikable character. Not to mention, this movie is another addition to Adam's movies where the characters go on vacation, so Adam Sandler can go on vacation at the same time. Forgoing all that, let's just focus on the specs. Murder Mystery is a 2019 comedy/mystery film, though you can probably ignore the comedy part. And it does have a semi-intelligent mystery plot, though. It is an hour and 37 minutes long, which could have been shortened, but they needed to add that extra time. It scored a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 38% on Metacritic. Of course, it stars Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston as the main couple, Nick and Audrey Spitz. Speaking of Mr. Sandler, it's important to know how much he made from this. In July 2019, Netflix reported that the film was viewed by 73 million households in the first 4 weeks of Murder Mystery's release, making this film his most successful on that streaming platform. This caused him to be paid a total of $39.5 million for one movie. Compare this to our last movie review, where Tom Holland only got paid $10 million for a movie. It truly is weird as to how the movie industry values its actors. On one hand, you have a young, full of potential, and actually good actor. On the other, you have an unfunny and unmotivated man who uses his movies to go on vacation. However, I digress. For me, I give this film a 4.5 out of 10.
I'm here to talk about Murder Mystery. Murder Mystery starts us off with a dispute between Nick Spitz, Adam Sandler, and Audrey Spitz, Jennifer Aniston, or what they're going to do on their 15th anniversary. Way long ago, 15 years ago, Nick had promised Audrey that he would take her to Europe on their 15th anniversary. Well, time has come, Nick. Pay up. Nick finally owns up to his promise, taking Audrey to Europe. Planes are boring, and Nick falls asleep, like any other middle-aged man. Audrey gets bored, so like any person, she goes to the first-class bar. She doesn't get served any drinks because she obviously didn't buy any first-class tickets. But this is when a man, Charles Cavendish, Luke Evans, telling the bartender Audrey is with him. Audrey and Charles chatted up after a little while, and Charles invites Audrey onto a super yacht with his family. After Nick wakes up, Audrey tries to convince him to go. After hours and hours of talking, 5 minutes, she finally convinced Nick to go. Once Nick and Audrey were aboard the yacht, they were greeted by Charles' family. On the yacht, the father was going through who's getting what in his will. After choosing to give all of his life earnings and everything he owns to his new wife, Susan, the family was outrageous. The lights go out, banging, crashing, smacking. Lights come back on. Father's dead on the floor, with a dagger in his chest. Who did it? Everyone's scared, not knowing what to do. Luckily, Nick is a detective. Nick tells everyone to go back to bed, and when they wake up in the morning, they've arrived in Italy. In Italy, the police come to investigate what happened. The two main suspects are Nick and Audrey. Nick and Audrey decide to take this into their own hands to prove they are not the killers. Nick, being a detective, he investigates all the family members that are at the races right now. Back at the hotel they were assigned to, Nick and Audrey get a note slipped through under their door. It says to meet them at a room. After thoroughly talking about it, not really, they decide to go. Once they get to the room, they are awaited by one of the bodyguards. The bodyguard tells them who he thinks did it and why. Once they did, someone knocked on the door. The bodyguard came to the door and was shot. Nick and Audrey got to get out of there. They crawled through the window and left. Arrived in someone else's room, seeing that two members were together. So it couldn't be them, because they couldn't kill the bodyguard. So who was it? Grace Bullard, Malcolm Quince's long-lost daughter. Malcolm Quince is the father, the one who wrote the will. Grace convinced Malcolm's son to kill his father after not being put in the will. Nick getting in a brawl with a woman in a mask, he falls. When he falls, he looks to his left and sees a plate, throws the plate, and it hits her. After a long wait, all the family members get together, and Nick says what happens. Grace wears a hat to the meeting. The detective removes Grace's hat, revealing her as the killer. I rate this movie a 6.5 out of 10.
And that was Murder Mystery Movie Reviews Fast.
Thanks for watching and see you on the next episode.